Because the goal has never been to impress people with how much we think we know. The goal is to faithfully point them to the God who knows all things. Perhaps that is one of the greatest acts of worship a believer can offer. Not claiming authority where God has remained silent, not shrinking back from proclaiming what He has clearly spoken, but walking the narrow path between boldness and humility, speaking with confidence where Scripture is clear, speaking with reverence where mystery remains, and always remembering that the One who formed the stars, measured the oceans, breathed life into mankind, and holds eternity in His hands, has never once asked us to come to Him. He has simply asked us to trust Him. For, in the end, our hope does not rest in knowing every hidden detail of God's plans. Our hope rests in knowing the God whose plans are always perfect, whose judgments are always just, whose mercy is beyond measure, and whose truth never fails. And so now, a teachable heart is a stronger one than a prideful heart. One of the greatest dangers a believer can face is not ignorance. It is believing we have reached the point where we no longer need correction. That spirit has existed since the beginning. It entered the garden when the serpent whispered to Eve, "You will be like God." Notice what Satan appealed to, not curiosity or hunger, merely the desire to possess knowledge that belonged to God alone. Ever since then, mankind has wrestled with the temptation to elevate its own understanding above God's wisdom. That temptation does not disappear after someone becomes a Christian. In many ways, it becomes even more subtle. The more scripture someone learns, the more years they spend studying, the more people they teach, the more influence God entrusts to them. The greater the temptation becomes to quietly believe, "I understand enough now." Yet Solomon, one of the wisest men who ever lived, wrote, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and do not lean on your own understanding." Proverbs 3:5. Notice he did not say, "Do not use your understanding." He said, "Do not lean on it." There is a difference. God gave us minds to study His Word. He invites us to meditate on it day and night. He calls us to seek wisdom as though searching for hidden treasure.